Hey guys, Vern Danke. Welcome back. Today's video is about talking about my experience when I first moved to the Philippines. I had a viewer ask me to basically talk about that. So today I want to share some of those things that I experienced. Let's check it out.
Hey, Vern.
Now it's been quite a while since I came here. I came here in January of 2016. So I sold all my things back in the US. I was living in Oregon. I closed down my auto body shop and I had about 6 boxes that I wanted to send to the Philippines. And I had no idea of where I was going to stay, in what apartment, what city or whatnot, but I had decided that I was going to come to Dumaguete as my first stop. That was the choice that I had chosen because it had a large expat population and I felt I would probably be the most comfortable for my starting base to start there. Now, what I did is I flew to Dumaguete, and the first thing was I needed an apartment. And once I had an apartment, I could fly back and send the boxes and the things that I was going to send over there to my new apartment. So basically, I picked a hotel that I was going to stay in for 9 days. And so I needed an apartment by the end of those 9 days. And then I took the few things that I brought that trip, my guitar, my amplifier, my big luggage, and my backpack full of stuff, and I was going to leave them there and then fly back, ship the rest of my boxes that I had saved to my new address, which would take 3 months to do. So I needed to find a place that I was going to be happy with for a while and then get that stuff sent off. So I'll cover just a few of the big points, the things that stood out in my mind that happened when I was here. And it wasn't like horrible or bad, but it was something that I remembered that I probably will never forget. And so that's why I made this video, maybe in a way that I could remember some of those things later, and also to share some of those memories with you. So let's check it out. Hey guys, here we are in Dumaguete, and this is where my journey began. And so the very first place that I stayed at was called the Honeycomb. Now the reason I chose the Honeycomb was because at that time in 2016 there weren't many places that I could find that were of an affordable price for me, and there seemed to be a lot of places that were booked up. So I'll show you the Honeycomb, and it's right across from the boulevard here in Dumaguete, so let's check it out. So that's the Honeycomb right there. Now if you look at the room right above the sign there where it says Honeycomb, that's where my room was. That was my room right there. Now, if you look across the street, you can see the ocean, and you would think it would be the most ideal place to be. But it had some drawbacks, and I'll tell you why. When I stayed at the Honeycomb,
It's your vlog.
it's my vlog, yes.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Where are you guys from?
Dumaguete City.
Salamat.
You are so welcome here.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Excuse me. Can I have the sauce? So this is like food. We're so hungry. Thank you.
Salamat.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to my vlog, guys. I'm here now in Dumaguete City, here in the Boulevard place. Look at, guys, we have a nice beach, we have a nice island, and we have like that, the new, and we have a lot of our buildings here, guys, and we have a new building here, over there in part of Honeycomb.
Oh.
And we have Russian Lux. Russian Lux, it's so very nice chicken. And we have a Honeycomb, guys. We have a Whynot, Pasillo, and Produces. Thank you, guys.
Salamat. Thank you.
Yeah, I am Dumaguete Boulevard. I'm a local celebrity here in Dumaguete City.
Uh-huh.
If you want to watch our photo shoot, just watch it at Facebook at the Gold Creation, or maybe the Jessica Soho.
Okay.
Yeah, in Kapuso, the customer Jessica.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. I'll put you on my vlog. All right, so this was my place here, the room right above Honeycomb. And if you look to the right, there is a stage. Now the bummer of this place is at 9 p.m. they would start rocking out. And it would be easy to hear that from my apartment. And at about 3 a.m. they would stop, or 1 a.m. they would stop, and the disco right next door, the Whynot, would start rocking out till about 3 a.m. So for 9 days, that was my fate. Lots and lots of noise. It was a good location, but my gosh, it was so noisy. So this is the local disco. If you want to know where to disco, here it is. Where all the secrets of Dumaguete are stored away. Why not? So one of the things that I found it so difficult in Dumaguete was I didn't have my own transportation, so I had to rely on the little pedicabs. Now, to go from the Whynot and the Honeycomb to travel around, the local area wasn't bad, but if I wanted to go out beyond that, I was getting overcharged really a lot. As much as 400 pesos a trip from here to Cebulan, and that's almost 10 bucks. And that's a lot of money here because most people only make $3 to $5 a whole day. So yeah, I was getting really overcharged. But I had no wheels and I needed to find an apartment. Now, the apartments, they weren't readily advertised in Facebook like you could get an apartment now. So what you had to do is you had to look for a building that had a sign on it that said for rent. And that was pretty difficult. So you had to know where the apartments were to begin with, and then you had to look for a sign in the meantime. So I basically had to hire a guy to take me around. And that took a lot of time. I'm standing underneath coconuts. That's not so smart. So now you can at least find some places on Facebook, but a lot of places still don't advertise. You have to go out into the field and look for an apartment, which when you're new here, you're quite a disadvantage. And I'd asked a lot of people where to look for a place, and a lot of people had said, if you're not into the city, head towards Cebulan because at least it is somewhat close to Dumaguete proper, where the malls are, where the restaurants are, where people hang out. And that's pretty much what I did. I started to gravitate out toward that way. And I gave myself 9 days. I stayed 9 days at the Honeycomb with the music and the noise and barely getting any sleep. Oh, and then I forgot, the Whynot stopped at 3 a.m. and then 5 a.m. from the boulevard, they're doing the Zumba. The Zumba, that's what it was. So you got the of the Zumba at 5 a.m. Now you'll notice at the heat of the day, there aren't many people. Most people come out in the morning and in the early evening because it's just so blasted hot here. But this is the main hub. If you come to the Philippines, to Dumaguete, this is what you're gonna experience. This is the main area. And it's close to the malls within a few blocks. It's close to the restaurants. In fact, a lot of the restaurants are here on the boulevard. All right, so everybody suggested that I go to Cebulan, and obviously it is a lot quieter, and that's the first place that I went. So I'll show you Cebulan just a little bit. So this isn't intended to be a Cebulan tour, just to give you just a rough overview of what Cebulan is like. Now their park is under major renovation, so that's their main plaza, but this is the church in Cebulan. And just across the street is the market. So you know this is a typical platted Spanish town. See the old trees? This is their police station. At least it was at some point. Maybe it's not anymore. But you've got the typical Spanish plat. You've got the old church, And right across from the church is the plaza with the nearby market. So this is their park. It's under heavy construction right now. And here they play chess. Hello? Hello, guys. So ironically enough, that's where I met the assistant mayor, who is now the mayor of Cebulan. He's into chess. So I was able to meet him here. So it looks like they're digging up the park. I'm not sure what their plan is for this place. They're definitely digging it up good. So if you look, there really is not a lot of traffic in here. It gets a little busier during rush hours, but not so much really. Which is kind of the main reason that I chose Cebulan. It's quiet. Now the other drawback, there aren't a lot of apartments here. You kind of have to know where the apartments are to find them. And right now with the COVID and a lot of people leaving, it's a lot easier to find an apartment here. Hello, sir. So one other nice thing about Cebulan is it's just right on the ocean here. So let's walk down here. Let's check it out. Now here you don't want to drink the tap water. You want to bring your own bottled water. And a bottle of water is about 30 pesos for that big gallon jug. And so that's maybe, let's see, 50 pesos, $2. So 30 pesos, maybe 65, 70 cents. Not too bad, huh? So they're building, or have built a new place here, which looks pretty nice. So there's been a ton of construction the last 2-3 years. A lot of things happening. And the land has gone pretty much out of sight. It's way overpriced, in my honest opinion. And now with this bubble, things should kind of crash down a bit. Things start to make a little bit more sense because they went up too high too fast. It's really no different than the bubble back home. Everything rose up too fast. Well, it's no different here. So this is real nice. Just walk down to the beach. There's hardly anybody down here. And you've got the Cebulan port. So that pier right there will take you across to Cebu Island. And it takes about 35-40 minutes at the most. And I think it costs a couple hundred pesos. There's some guys swimming here. Hello. Crazy. I'm going crazy. Is that okay?
It looks very amazing. A little bit after.
Thank you. Salamat, you guys. All right, so I was going to get through there, but it's blocked off, and apparently there's some quarantine there, so back to this spot where I started. Yeah, I think I'll ride my motorcycle back. Didn't expect this detour here, so that's all right. All right, so this is the first apartment that I had when I came to the Philippines. And yeah, there's a little bit of road traffic here. You can check it out. So if you look straight up this road, you get to the plaza and the church to the market. It's about 5 blocks, I would say. And here's the apartment that I lived in. And I was paying about 12,000 pesos a month. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. It looks like they're doing a little bit of work here since I've been here last. But it's about a 5-plex apartment complex here. And next door they used to have a barking dog that would drive us crazy. And then they decided to renovate after being here about a year. And then all those people were told to move while they're fixing it. And luckily the dog went away. But this is it. It's right down from the ice plant, Cebulan, Kangmating. And this is Nancy's store. So we got a little store here to go to. So I'm gonna go visit Nancy, see if she remembers me. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Hello, Nancy store. See, there's Nancy in there. She's working hard. So I used to come and hassle Nancy when I was here, and she would be very kind to me. So if you get a chance and you're here next to the ice plant, come visit Nancy's store. So Kangmatang is fairly quiet. You're going to get some noise if you're right on the main road. This is kind of the main road. Kind of swings around Kangmatang. But overall, it's a pretty safe place. Not a lot of problems. There were a couple minor break-ins we found out after I had left. My neighbors in the very back that are kind of isolated had an incident. You know, so there is crime anywhere. And it helps to have somebody at your place if you're going to be gone. All right, so here we are. So here we're at the Dumaguete Airport. And we just had, an airplane take off from Cebu Pacific. Oh, there goes the plane. I just missed it too. It looks like maybe that Cebu Pacific is getting ready to take off. They just pulled away the steps from there, so if he does, try to get a little view of it. I don't have my gimbal on right now. I'm kind of going by hand, so give you an idea. Growing up.
Hey, Vern.